Okay, in this video we're going to look specifically at a new function called CountA, and we're also going to look at charts. So in the exercise it tells you to go to Year 7 Task 4. Okay, now in this one what you need to do for exercise 1, if you click on that little arrow, is watch the video and take notes on how to do CountA. So you need to make sure you put that in your exercise book, and then you've got a video to watch. Now part of the video is to download the zoo activity. Okay, so open the zoo activity from last lesson, or probably get this one is probably the best idea for you to do. So when you open it, it'll open up in a new window, and you can see it comes up here saying as view only. So you can only view this one because this is just a copy which you can get. So what you need to do is go to File and make a copy, and then say OK. So I can then close that one, that view only one, and I'm now opening up a copy of it, like so. Okay, so the first thing what we can do is look at the CountA function. So you're going to just do exactly as I'm doing in here. I'm going to get three rows here and two columns, and I'm just going to put a box around that. And here I'm just going to call this stats or statistics. And underneath then I'm going to say number of species, and the other would be total number of animals. Okay, so this is just sort of a few statistics that I want to get from this. So the number of species that I have would be over here, and that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now that's easy for me to just count those like this, but I can always just put in a formula here, or a function, should I say. So this one, as they all do, starts with an equal sign. So this starts with an equals, and you then type CountA. Now there is a count one as well, as you can see here, and it says the number of numeric values in the data set, or CountA, the number of values in the data set. So we want CountA for this one, and then do the brackets. Now we just want to count not animal, but from this one. So this is basically going to count anything. So A is a bit like anything. Count anything that's in these cells, in this cell range, and then close the brackets. So you can see it's A4 to A12 in this case. Press enter, and it's telling me that I've got 9 different species, and there you have it. I've got all of these ones, and that is 9, which is correct. Okay, so the next one is just to count up the number of animals. That is a simple formula or function, which is the sum function. So we want to sum, open a bracket, and select all of our animals, the number of animals here. So 10 plus 8 plus 9 plus 9 plus 8 plus 12. Add all of these together by doing sum. So you can see it's C4 to C12, and this is how you do that one. And there you have it. So it says that I've got 68 animals in total. Okay, so that's that bit done. I'm just going to zoom out a little bit here, and now we're going to look at charts. So the thing that we want to do with charts is we're going to do two different types of charts. We're going to do a sort of a bar chart, or we might call this a column chart. Really, it is a type of bar chart, but it's a column chart. So bar charts are usually horizontally across. This one's going to be vertically down, and then we'll do this one, and then we will do a pie chart as well. So to do this, what we need to do is select the data that we want. So we can do that by selecting all of our animals over here. And if you're on a Windows machine, a Windows computer, you need to hold down Control, and then you need to select, let's say we're wanting to find out the total cost. Okay, so I'm going to select all of those, and you can see I've got both of those selected in blue. So I'm on a MacBook, so I held down Command CMD and then selected both of those over there. And if you're doing it in Windows, then you do it with Control. Okay, so I've selected both of those, and now I want to go to Insert and Chart. Now when Insert and Chart comes up, you can see it's straight away already given me a column chart. So I really have to do very little with this. So Here I can see that it's given me this cost up to 250. That would be the max over here, which is fine. And this looks pretty good already. Here it says total cost per week for animals, and then it says the same up here. Now what we could do is just edit this specific one. So if I click on it, you can see I got customized over here. And I'm just going to say this, put this as cost, okay? And at the bottom, click on the bottom one, and it's animals in plural, so I'm just going to change it to animals. And the rest is fine. Now, the other thing I might want to do is just change these colors, because they're all blue. So I'm just going to right-click on this one, click on it first, right-click, format data point, and just give it a different color. So I'm going to give it that red. And just do that for all of them. So I'll give this one a nice green. This one, I'm going to give it a purple color. Snake, I'm going to give it a light blue. And you can just pick different colors that you want to use. So I'm going to do it like that. This one's going to be an orange. And keep on going and do just a few different colors that you want to select. So I'm going to try and find a different one again. And this one I'm going to do a sort of pinkish color maybe. And the last one, which is eagle, I'm going to give it darker color like that. Okay, so I can close this sidebar, and then I can just move this over the spreadsheet, the sheet. And I might just zoom out a little bit more, so 75%, just so I can see everything on my screen. So just drag that over to here. Now we do have various options for this as well. So you can see I've got 3 little dots here, and you can see the options are I can even download it as an image, PDF, or a different type of scalable image there. I can publish the chart, I can move it onto its own sheet. So that would be, you've got sheet 1 down here, I can move it onto a separate one. I'm just going to leave it in here, but I'm just showing you that you've got those different options there. Okay, so that one looks pretty nice. The other thing I might want to do is, if I double click on it, maybe I want this one just to be the chart title. I could have it in the middle if I want. So I've got the chart title on the left. I'm just going to center it. So there it is. Close that again. And that's it. Looking pretty nice. Now, the last exercise that you need to do today will be to do a pie chart. I'm going to put this pie chart underneath here. And what we're going to do is a pie chart of the number of animals. So I'm going to select all my animals again over here, hold down Control or Command on a Mac, select all the number of animals here, insert, pick chart again, but this time I don't want this column chart. So on the menu on the right, I'm going to pick pie chart, and there you've got it there. You can see you can obviously scroll down and there's lots of different options, but usually it gives you suggestions of the ones that are probably the most common or that fit this data very well. So if I pick a number of animals, you can see here we've got it, and it looks pretty good already, but we're just going to edit a few little bits to it. So on the setup, you can see how this looks, and this is probably fine on this. So I want to go to customize instead. So on the customize, I've got here where I can do a legend. We'll do the legend first. So the legend is position is automatic, and we've got them all sort of separated out like this. We're going to just say that we want the legend to be on the right hand side of that chart. And there you go. It comes up there. It looks really nice now. So we'll take that out, or close that, sorry. So I just close that up. And then on the pie chart itself, I can have a look at a couple of other things. So you can see on the pie chart, I can change border colors and different things like this. On the pie slices, so this is for each slice of this pie chart, I can choose the color for the different ones, and I can do the distance from the center and different things like that. What I want to do is look at the chart axes here. So on this one, actually it wasn't this one I wanted to look at. I wanted to look at chart style, was that? No. Where was it here? I wanted to look at this. Slice label. Okay, so pie chart, slice label, and I want to put labels on these, but I can do value, and you can see it gives me those numbers. But I've got those numbers, as you can imagine, already on my spreadsheet. So I'm going to put it as percentage, and that gives me a nice figure for these instead. Now you can see this one didn't appear, and that's because it's just too small. If I made this bigger, a little bit bigger, you can see it's just appeared. But if it's too small, they start to disappear because they don't essentially fit. So I need to make it just big enough so that fits. Back to the other things that we could do is probably the title. So I'm going to do the title here, and I'll just set it again to be the center of that, or you can leave it on the left. It's really up to you which way you want to do it. And I'm then just going to move it, click on it, move it down underneath here. I can then just size this up to make it the same size. And there we end up with a really nice spreadsheet of all our data, which we can look at. And we can then see our two charts, which just give us a visual of the kind of information that we want to find out straight away. So you can see, without even having to look at this information over here, I can say, wow, I've got quite a lot of elephants, quite a high percentage of elephants in my zoo. So that's quite a lot there. You can also see that I've got quite a few zebras, and I've also got loads of these ones, which are the penguins, and so on. Okay, so I've got the most I've got is penguins there. Now the other thing that you probably want to look at just as you're finishing up is these. Okay, just check these formulas. Now I give you feedback on the work that you did before, so just check and have a look at these, how they work. So this is a simple formula. If you look at it up in the formula bar, you can see that it is literally just B4, which is this cell, multiplied by C4. There's no brackets or anything around it, and it's the same for all of them. Scroll going down. The total cost does have a sum, and it's doing D4 in this case to D12, so all of these. And the underspent is taking the allowed and subtracting what we've spent to give us 100. And in the black, we've got an if that's looking at if D15, which is this one, is greater than or equal to 0. If it is, then it says in the black, and then it would be if it's not 0 and if it's less than 0, it would say in the red. Okay, that's the end of the lesson.